Welcome to our broadcast, brought to you by Wasabi Technologies. I'm your host, Kenna Johnson from the Channel Company. Data storage and AI are experiencing rapid growth. Now more than ever, there's a major need for cloud storage, which presents a great opportunity for MSPs. Today, we're going to discuss how MSPs can grow their business by leveraging Wasabi's best-in-class solutions. I'm joined by Shannon Lynch from Wasabi. Shannon, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity.
Thanks for having me on. I'm excited to have this conversation.
Let's get started with segment 1, cloud storage challenges. What are some of the challenges organizations are facing in managing and storing growing amounts of data?
One of the first things I can think about is scalability. The thing is, the more applications we use, the more devices that are connected to applications, and the more that our network extends for that connectivity, more data is generated. And when more data is generated, it needs to be stored. Then it becomes a cost predictability issue. There was a report from State of the Cloud that showed about 2/3 of organizations have no visibility or insight on how their cloud storage is being spent or used. And that lack of insight can cause challenges of, well, if I don't know how it's being spent, I'm going to overspend. And how do I expand on locations if I need to? Compliance and security. So as we become more integrated and more diverse in how these applications and tools work together, compliance can be an issue because every region is different, every state's different. And with network reach, there's more vulnerability points for data to be accessed and taken from. The last one that I want to touch on is people and skill sets. It's no surprise to anybody that technology is outpacing faster than we can keep up with, which can be a challenge for organizations because by the time they figure out how to implement and use one tool, cloud computing came out in the 2010s. Another one comes and breaks the market, like Gen AI right now.
What can MSPs do to help organizations address the scaling problem associated with rising cloud storage costs?
I think the big thing is to be that person with the technical skills. Right now, there's a huge dependency with organizations to have infrastructure or a platform as a service that ties into that integration piece that we talked about. Knowing how to connect the network, how to store the network, how those applications work and what's best for each site can help organizations save thousands of dollars. There was a study from IDC that showed that MSPs can help enterprises save 14 to 20% from cost savings just for being that integral piece of being that subject matter expert. It can help them from vendor lock-in. It can help them just focus on what they do, and MSPs take on that piece.
Let's move to segment 2, leveraging Wasabi for complex environments. How does Wasabi help its customers scale effectively to better manage their cloud storage?
I like that question, and that really leads into our 3 Ps. Wasabi, we really focus on our price, our performance, and our protection. Like I mentioned earlier, that 2/3 visibility gap of how cloud storage is spent, we have predictable pricing. It's one standard price and freedom of any API or egress fees. When it comes to performance, we're S3 compatible, and we leverage hundreds of different type of partners and applications. So if you're looking to offset and have a different provider for your tier 2 or tier 3 support, we give you that S3 performance with that 1/4 the price. When it comes to protection, we have immutable object block storage. Our data is encrypted as it's in there. And we have tools available to us for region lock-in for compliance issues. So you're able to keep your data secure, protected, high performance, and have a cost predictability factor.
What is cloud tiering and how does it help protect data?
So cloud tiering is taking data from high-performing servers and putting it into the cloud. So this could be for media entertainment, for video consumption, video surveillance. It could also just be for medical devices that send data to different locations. So when you have that sent to the cloud, you're protecting the servers from breaking down. So there is protection from those devices breaking and data loss, corruption of data, because when it's in storage, it's encrypted and locked. It doesn't get mutated or disrupted in any way. One thing that Wasabi does too, specific for when you're tiering your cloud, and when it comes to protection, is we have multi-user authentication. That's a feature of ours that's free, where you get to set up 3 people for data protection. So if you have someone sending a request to delete data, whether it's accidental or a bad actor, you need approval from 3 people. If it's not responded or one person says no, your data never gets deleted. And that's another way to keep it protected.
How does cloud storage play into IoT and AI usage?
I think it really ties into data gravity. As data becomes more and more impactful, especially end users, applications, and that network reach that it goes to, data just continues to grow. So it needs to be accessible. I've used medical devices as an example. If you have a medical device that's going to be sent to the mainframe, either to the supplier of the medical device or the hospital, and that needs to be sent to the person either through an application on their phone or to their doctor. So the data is going to multiple areas and multiple people to be analyzed and accessed. And then AI, especially with Gen AI, it's only as smart as the data that it consumes. So the more data it consumes, the more it learns and the more it can create and grow. With that said, that becomes these use cases where you have to back it up. You have to be able to tier it accessibly to help with your high-performing servers. You have to have it easily accessible to be able to utilize big data analytics. And then you have to have a centralized, transparent environment so that if you need to spin up resources for new teams that are going to develop it, like research firms, or if you're having new locations because you acquired a hospital that had 20 locations or a retail site that had 60 locations, you're going to need to do that at scale.
How does Wasabi help eliminate cloud storage billing surprises?
I think that ties into the big F word, and that's fees. So Wasabi, we conduct a study yearly. We've done it 2 years now. But this year we found out specifically that MSPs spend 51% of their cloud budget specifically towards fees. So that's API requests, data retrievals, egress fees. Anytime someone's trying to access their data or use that data, like an active archive or being able to test backups for a disaster recovery plan, those are unexpected fees that accrue up. And that ties into another report, the state of the cloud, with 2/3 not knowing how their fees are associated. Since we eliminate those fees and have one transparent cost structure with one simple tiering, it's easy to set up, easy to understand your budget, and then you can forecast and plan accordingly.
What is Wasabi Account Control Manager, and how does it simplify operations for MSPs?
Wasabi Account Control Manager was built for MSPs in mind, and it's our multi-tenant cloud architecture model built to scale. So it's a dashboard for MSPs to auto-provision accounts from trial all the way to end. That means that if they have new clients, they can get an account set up in minutes without calling the provider to get it going. We have a 3-tiered account setup. So if you have a complex environment, a retail site where you have branch locations, but then you have supply chain management, and then you have headquarter hubs, you can set up that tiering specific to that, but it gives the customer control of accessing or requesting capacity as they need. Our billing and management, billing can be very complex with MSPs because you're dealing with complex clients and complex environments. Billing is under one dashboard, and then you're able to simplify it and send it straight to the customer. We also have region lock-in so that you can lock your customers into specific regions to keep data compliant and safe.
That brings us to segment 3, benefits of partnering with Wasabi. Now, I know this is very important for MSPs. How do you help MSPs maximize their profits?
I think we help them in 2 ways. First is going to be about how they get priced at Wasabi. So we offer two different models, pay-go and reserve capacity. With pay-go, that's allowing you to come in with no financial investment needed. So if you just want to test Wasabi, see how it works in your environment, and see if it works for your customers, that's the safest option. But once you see how it works, if it fits for you, and you have more customers and more use cases for cloud, I think reserve capacity is going to be a better model because you can get storage capacity for 1, 3, 5-year terms. That allows you to get maximum discounts from Wasabi, but it also allows you to have that high capacity needed to start selling to your customers. So if you get 25 terabytes and you want to sell 5 terabytes a customer, you can sell up to 10 customers. It's going to take them a while to ramp up. And the reason why that's safe with Wasabi is that we have a 30-day forgiveness window. So if there is overusage, you don't get charged. And then you can auto provision the capacity needed with just a few clicks. So that's one way to maximize profits. Another is setting your own price. So earlier we talked about MSPs really leaning into that infrastructure as a service, because it's not just about being a reseller for cloud. It's about being able to talk about network applications, people, how they use data, making sure that businesses can really focus on themselves. So setting that price, you set that price to what fits your business model and your needs, from getting discounts and the ability to provision and sell, along with setting your own price. Those are two ways you can maximize profits.
Let's touch on another important point for MSPs. What type of training and tools are available to partners?
We have our partner portal, and we also have quarterly casts where we send any updates that are going on with Wasabi. But with our partner portal specifically, we provide sales training, sales certifications. If you're looking for a marketing strategy, we have campaigns in a box segmented by use case or by industry. You can start a campaign for healthcare and have an email nurture, social media posts, specific documents to data sheets, tech briefs, or anything tailored to that campaign at your disposal to set as you need. And it's in one area for you to go to. And then with the partner cast that we have, we give you updates on what's going on with Wasabi, our new features, and anything that's going on there. We have a whole network of partners that utilize these tools, and I think it's been pretty helpful.
What customizable options do you offer your partners?
We really believe in choice, and everything about Wasabi is about setting and choosing what's best for you. The first is you go by pay-go or reserve capacity. And then we also have the choice within that you can offer reserve capacity to your own customers or pay-go options to your own customers. You have the ability to create your own brand with custom control console. So you can upload your logo, your colors, and it's integrated in a URL so that if you want to be your own cloud provider or have a seamless experience with storage as a service, your customers see your brand from one point all the way to the end for consistency. So you have the choice to leverage the Wasabi brand or associate with your own brand. You can also set your own price, because ultimately, being an infrastructure as a service, you're providing a service, which means you're helping customers not just keep the lights on or being a reseller for a product, you're maintaining and being that technical subject matter expert. So being able to set that price gives you that choice. Another customizable option is just Wasabi Account Control Manager with our auto provisioning. So you can have trial accounts and then extend the trial there. You can provision up to 3 different layers so that you can work with very complex ecosystems with your customers. So ultimately, from provisioning, brand, and price, those are the type of choices that we give our customers.
A lot of great options for partners. Where can we learn more?
The number one place would be our Wasabi homepage. There you can look for a free trial, but we also have a page dedicated to MSPs about becoming a partner. I would check out that. And we also have webinars that we host weekly. And I think just check out our page.
Shannon, thank you so much for your time today and sharing all that great information.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me.
For the Channel Company, I'm Kenna Johnson.